Kunj Bihari Vallabha Girivaradha Yogadharma Shri Hare Ram Sankirtan ki jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai Samaveta Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai Nitai Gaur Premanande Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudire Nashta Prayesha Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Ruttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistaki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5, Chapter 15, The Glories of the Descendants of King Priyavrat, text number 13. Yat Prinanad Bharishi Devatiryan Manusha Virutranam Avirinchat Priyeta Sadhya Saha Vishwajiva Prita Swayam Pritimagat Gayasya Yat Prinanad Bharishi Devatiryan Manusha Virutranam Avirinchat Priyeta Sadhya Saha Vishwajiva Prita Swayam Pritim Agad Gayasya Yat Prinanad Bharishi Devatiryan Manusha Virutranam Avirinchat Priyeta Sadhya Saha Vishwajiva Prita Swayam Pritimagat Gayasya. Sadhya Saha Vishwajiva Prita Swayam Pritimagat Gayasya. Okay, any Matajis? Word to word meaning, translation and purport. By his divine grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. Yet Prinanath, because of pleasing the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Bharishi, the sacrificial arena, Devatiryak, the demigods and lower animals, Manushya, human society, Virud, the plants and trees, Trinam, the grass, Avirinchat, beginning from Lord Brahma, Priyeta, become satisfied, Sadhya, immediately, Sa, that Supreme Personality of Godhead, Ha, indeed, Vishwajiva, maintains the living entities all over the universe. Prita, although naturally satisfied. Swayam, personally. Pritim, satisfaction. Agat, he obtained. Gayasya, of Maharaj Gaya. Translation. When the Supreme Lord is pleased by a person's actions, automatically all the demigods, human beings, animals, birds, bees, creepers, trees, grass, and all other living entities, beginning with Lord Brahma, are pleased. The Supreme Personality Godhead is the super soul of everyone, and he is by nature fully pleased. Nonetheless, he came to the arena of Maharaj Gaya and said, I am fully pleased. Purport. It is explicitly stated herein that simply by satisfying the Supreme Personality Godhead, one satisfies the demigods and all other living entities without differentiation. If one pours water on the root of a tree, all the branches, twigs, flowers, and leaves are nourished. Although the Supreme Lord is self-satisfied, he was so pleased with the behavior of Maharaj Gaya that he personally came to the sacrificial arena and said, I am fully satisfied. Who can compare to Maharaj Gaya? Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gnananchana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Sapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Tapadakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamsha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Gaurasve Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Chagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhano Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpa Tarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangurnangayate Girim Yat-kripaha Tamaham Mande Shri Gurun Dinatarinam Hare Krishna. So, I seek the blessings of all assembled devotees here so that I can speak on this verse. to please the Supreme Lord and all the devotees for my purification of heart. So in this particular chapter we are discussing the glories of the descendants of King Priyavrat. So wherein the glories of Maharaj Gaya are being described. So the glories of the Lord and his devotees are so amazing that still, although after millions of years, we are discussing. So Gaya is not Gaya. Means he is still being glorified in the pages of Bhagavatam and in the hearts of all the devotees. So, but in material world we see normal people of this world, Gaya to Gaya, means nobody will remember his activities. But here the devotees of the Lord are being glorified. So here King Gaya is teaching all of us that how we can please the Supreme Lord. So, and how by pleasing the Lord, all the living entities, not only human beings, but various non-living, non-moving living entities, or even animals, birds, trees, everybody is pleased. Now, normally, and all the demigods are also pleased. So, normally in this world, we try to please one or two people. That is also very difficult. People have a lot of expectations. And when you try to please multiple people, many times they are not satisfied because everybody has different expectations, right? So even human beings, we are not able to satisfy. Sometimes even to satisfy one person is difficult. What to speak of so many human beings and also of various species who have varied interests, tastes, correct? It is all the more difficult. But here Bhagavatam mentions that how if you just please one person, you will please everyone. You will please everyone else. So that is the Supreme Lord. Yatha taror mula nishechanena tripyanti tatskanda bhujopashakha pranopahara jachendriyanam tataiva sarvaharanam achyuteja. So if you water the very nice analogies are mentioned in this, that if you water the root of the tree, automatically branches, leaves, everything is watered. If you feed the stomach, automatically hands, legs, everything gets nourished. So if you separately try to water the branches or leaves, we see that it's not going to nourish the tree. It may at the max remove some dust, right? But it is not going to nourish, neither even the branch will not be nourished, correct? Even if you pour there, it's not that the branch is going to get nourished. It is not going to get nourished. Only if you pour to the root, then the whole branch, leaves, everything gets nourished. Similarly, you cannot feed the hand or the legs separately, right? Only you have to feed the stomach through the mouth. Then the hands, legs, everything gets nourished. So that's what Prahlad is also telling to Hiranyakashipu, that Nate vidu swartha gatim hi Vishnu. Prabhupada quotes this line many times, that one's real self-interest is serving Lord Vishnu. Jai Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan, Shri Shri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Mai, Shri Shri Gaur Nitai Ki Jai. Nate Swartha Gati Bhi Vishnu. That one's real self-interest is serving Lord Vishnu. So But durashayaye bahirardhamanina. Unnecessarily people are interested in bahirardhamanina, the external sense objects of this world. But they are not understanding that every living entity actually is looking for pleasure, happiness. But that happiness which we are looking for, hankering for, can only be obtained by serving Lord Vishnu. So there is a story of one father and son. So what is father? He keeps lot of wealth for his son in some place. So before dying, he says that I have kept this wealth for you, and he dies, but he doesn't tell where it is. So the father dies. So after the father's death, the son is actually searching for the wealth everywhere in the town, here and there, so many places. But the son actually doesn't find it. Finally, after searching in various places, various people he keeps asking, he doesn't get only. Finally, the son also dies. So when the son dies, actually they want to bury him in their own house in the courtyard. So they actually dig the courtyard. So there they actually find that wealth the father had kept for the son. So the lesson from this story is that the living entity also keeps searching for pleasure or wealth. Where everywhere he goes to some places looking for pleasure by seeing, by tasting, or by touching different things. I'll get pleasure. So he's trying to get that pleasure through various sense objects of this world. But then, although he's trying to get by various ways and means, he is never getting that happiness or pleasure he is looking for. But actually, that real wealth he is looking for is within himself only. What is that? Krishna Prem. Right? So, what we call when we actually hear and chant Nitya Siddha Krishna Prema Sabukainai Shravanadi Shuddha Chitta Karayuday. So when we actually hear and chant the glories of the Lord, then this love for Krishna will get awakened. So that love for Krishna, Krishna Prema is the real wealth. So that is what we are all looking for, and that is what will satisfy us really, our heart deeply. So forgetting that wealth, we are trying to search for pleasures everywhere else. No matter how much you try to satisfy your mind senses, you will never get satisfied. So somebody may say, why only if I serve Krishna, I will be satisfied, or I will get real eternal pleasure? Because we know that Krishna is Bhagavan, the source of all six opulences. So in this world, we are attracted by these opulences, right? Wealth, beauty, education, power, all this, and renunciation, all these things. So, but the problem with the opulences, with the things and people of this world, is that they are all temporary and illusory. So you may be attracted by somebody's wealth or knowledge, beauty, but after some time, it's gone. So again, you start searching again newly. So, and it will not satisfy you forever and fully, because they also don't have all the opulences forever, right? They have few of opulences for some time, correct? That's why people are not satisfied. But Krishna has all the opulences for full, in full forever. So only Krishna can satisfy the soul fully and forever, correct? So, and he will get the highest pleasure in the loving relationship with Krishna, because Krishna is the source of all opulences, correct? So, and Krishna only can satisfy the soul completely, forever. So, and the living entity gets so much pleasure in serving Krishna. So much that the Supreme Lord himself wants to also experience that pleasure, happiness. So that's why Krishna appeared as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu thought that, oh, this Srimati Radharani, she is experiencing the highest pleasure or bliss in my service, which even I am not able to experience. So let me also experience that bliss which she is experiencing. So that's why he came as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the mode of Srimati Radharani, rendering devotional service to himself, to experience. So if you really want to satisfy, or if you really want to achieve the highest pleasure, it is only by devotional service. Okay, so that's why our real self-interest is serving Lord Vishnu. So now here Maharaj Gaya is performing yajna. He is trying to, yajna means generally people think it is some homam with the bricks, putting some wood, fire, put some ghee. So generally we think that this is yajna. But yajna by Vishnu, it is meant to please yajna Purusha, which is Lord Vishnu. That fire is actually considered mouth of Lord Vishnu, and the Ahuti are the offerings of the people. So it's not that just by lighting some fire in the yajna kund you will please Lord, right? It's not like that. It's in the attitude in which you offer that oblations in the fire. The service attitude you have, that pleases. So now somebody may say, oh, we are not Brahmanas, we don't know the mantras, how will we perform yajna? Okay, here Maharaj Gaya was king, he had so much wealth, and he had qualified Brahmanas and proper ghee, Shuddha ghee and all that. So he is able to please Lord by that, and the chanting, pure chanting of the Brahmanas. So somebody may say, we are not having all that, so how will we satisfy Lord? So Krishna is telling in 3rd chapter, don't worry. Yagnarthat karmano yatra lokoyam karma bandhana tadardam karma kaunteya mukta sangha param vrajet. So even by your karma also you can please Yajna Purusha. But if you perform your work in a way which is pleasing to Lord Vishnu, this will remove your karma bandhana. Right? And you will achieve love for Godhead. But if you do for your own sense gratification, you will be bound in karma bandhana. Right? So anybody can, but that work should be prescribed, obviously, as per Guru Sadhu Shastra. Right? Like Bhishma glorifies Vipra Dharma Achyutashraya, that how Pandavas were constantly taking shelter of Brahmanas, Lord Krishna, right, and Dharma from the scriptures. So we should be following them. That work is ordained, means that work is prescribed work. So that way we can try to perform our work for the pleasure of Lord Vishnu. Then that is also yajna. It's not just a sacrifice that only is considered as yajna. No. Right? So we'll see that how actually the essential principle of yajna is to please Lord Vishnu. So Lord Vishnu is pleased by not only the activities but also the attitude, the qualities which the devotees have. So that's why in Bhagavatam it is mentioned, Savai Pumsham Paro Dharmo Yato Bhaktir Adokshaje Ahaituki Apratihata Eyatma Suprasidati. So our devotional service should be unmotivated and uninterrupted. So that will satisfy the Lord and that will satisfy us also. Because Lord is pleased, we will be pleased by that. So devotees should regularly check their motives. What is our hetu? Whether it is material motive or spiritual motive. And generally, we render devotional service for some time and then we feel abhi bas hai. But it's mentioned ahetuki apratihata, unmotivated and uninterrupted devotional service. So this is very important because devotional service is not part of life, it is our life. Because sometimes we think that devotional service is one aspect of my life, wherein Sunday I'll go to temple, meet devotees, hear one class, or do some service in the morning I will chant, and remaining day is for me. No. But actually devotional service is our life. Right? It's not just part of our life. So because in spiritual world we are supposed to serve Krishna sometime. Okay, Krishna, morning, sometime I will serve you and remaining I will do my things. No, is it like that? No, it's not like that. You are eternally supposed to serve Krishna. Correct? So if you are not able to serve Krishna here in material world continuously, then how can you serve there? Right now. So that's why Krishna is testing whether this particular devotee is really attached to me and he is willing to serve me unmotivatedly and uninterruptedly. It's not that I'll serve Krishna sometime and go to the spiritual world. We have what we call Chintamani Prakara Sadmashu Kalpa Vriksha. After some time I want samosa, I want this, I want that. Not like that. No. Or I will take some rest now. No, it's not like that. I served Krishna for sufficient time, now I want my time. It's not like that. You keep serving Krishna eternally. Correct? So until we develop that attachment to Krishna, Krishna is not going to take us to spiritual world. So that's why ahetuki and apratihata, both are important. Our motives are also very important. So, and Krishna mentions in the Bhagavad Gita clearly what are some of the qualities which actually please him, right? So he is very clear in Bhagavad Gita. He mentions in the 12th chapter, Advaishta sarvabhutanam maitra karuna evacha nirmamo nirhankara samadukha sukakshami santushta satatam yogi yatatma dhrida nishchayaha maya arpita mano buddhir yadmatta same priyaha. So if you want to become dear to Krishna, what qualities we are supposed to develop? These are the qualities Krishna is clearly mentioning. One who is not envious, but is a kind friend to all living entities, who does not think himself a proprietor and is free from false ego, who is equal in both happiness and distress, who is tolerant, always satisfied, self-controlled, and engaged in devotional service with determination, his mind and intelligence fixed on me, such a devotee of mine is very dear to me. So Krishna is clearly mentioning who is dear to him. In several verses from here, so many verses he is mentioning. Now somebody may say, my Lord, so many qualities, I don't have one also. Or I'm very far away from this. But yasyasti bhaktir bhagavati akinchana sarvai gunaistatra samasate sura. So all the qualities of demigods one can develop by rendering devotional service. So we need not fear that I have to develop this. In the sense, you keep rendering devotional service with proper motives, then Krishna will bestow upon you these qualities. Naturally, it will develop. So we should have that confidence, and we should keep rendering devotional service. Then Lord will definitely, by Lord's blessings, develop these qualities. Then he is mentioned, Yasman no dvijate loko, loka no dvijate chahaya. Harsha marshad bhayodveger mukto yas chame priyaha. He by whom no one is put into difficulty, and who is not disturbed by anyone, who is equipoised in happiness and distress, fear and anxiety, is very dear to me. So, one more we'll read. Anapeksha suchir daksha udasino gatavyataha sarvaramba parityagi yadmad bhakta same priyaha. My devotee who is not dependent on the ordinary course of activities, who is pure, expert, without cares, free from all pains, and not striving for some result, is very dear to me. So like this, the series of verses are mentioned clearly that these are the qualities we are supposed to develop when we practice, means as a devotee. So not only here, but in many other places also we see Prahlad Maharaj's qualities or different qualities of various devotees, because of which they are very dear to Lord. So as we grow in devotional service, means not only in number of years, but we should also see whether we are actually developing these qualities or not. So if we are not developing, the problem is not with devotional service, problem is with us, right? So because we are not sincerely practicing, that's why these qualities are not developing. So we should sincerely strive so that we can actually develop these qualities, because Krishna is clearly mentioning that these are the qualities which are dear to him, right? So and Krishna also mentions patram pushpam phalam toyam yo me bhakta prayachati tadham bhakti upahritam ashnami prayatatmana. So when you offer with love and devotion, he accepts. So we see the famous pastime Vidura, when Krishna is invited by Duryodhan for a feast, he doesn't go there, but he goes to Vidura's house. Although he has not invited, it's not mentioned that Vidura has invited. In fact, Vidura is not there only, right? And we see that how Krishna accepts the peel offered by Vidurani. Right? He's accepting the devotion in her heart. So similarly, Krishna also mentions what pleases him in the 4th canto with the Prachetas. He mentions Varam Vrinidam Badram Vo Yujam Me Nipanandana Sahurdena Pritak Dharmas Tuchtoham Saudradena Va. So he is saying, my dear sons of king, I am very much pleased by the friendly relationships among you. All of you are engaged in one occasion, devotional service, and I am so pleased with your mutual friendship that I wish you all good fortune. So Sahurdenava. So this cooperation amongst the Prachetas actually pleased the Supreme Lord. So Prabhupada also mentions in the means when he was leaving this world, Prabhupada mentioned that how if you cooperate amongst yourself to serve, then I am very pleased, right? So sometimes because of false ego, we don't tend to cooperate with each other, right? So when we don't learn to cooperate, we need to operate. We need operation of false ego. Because of false ego, sometimes people don't cooperate, right? They fight. They say, I don't want to serve with him, or I don't want to do these things, right? So we see when this Samudra Manthan Leela is going, means before that, Lord Vishnu tells the Devatas that you should do this Samudra Manthan along with the demons. So once Radhesham was mentioning that how the demigods were ready to even cooperate with demons. They know that they are very envious and have all kinds of bad qualities. So he was telling that if we are not willing to cooperate with devotees, we are worse than demons. So even demons are cooperating, in that with the Devatas. Correct, no? They are cooperating. Devatas are cooperating. Demons are also. If you are not willing to cooperate, we are worse than demons. So because of our false ego, sometimes we don't cooperate. So we have to give up that false ego. So also sometimes we may think that how do we know that we are pleasing Lord? Yasya prasadat bhagavat prasada. It's very easy. If you please the spiritual master, naturally you are pleasing Supreme Lord. So Krishna himself shows us how we should please the Supreme Lord. So when he appeared in this world, he personally went to the ashram of Sandipani Muni, and he was rendering all kinds of menial services. Right? So in the 10th canto, Sudama Brahman, when he visits Dwaraka, he remembers those days which he spent with Krishna. So there it's mentioned that how they went to forest to collect the wood as a service to their guru, and there was heavy rain, late night, and it was very dark. Still they actually stayed there, and somebody was telling that it's not that Krishna doesn't know the way, or he knows everything, right? But he is setting an example how a disciple should be ready to sacrifice. So that time actually we see that on one side Krishna is serving his guru, and on other side he is also having loving relationships with his other people who are there in the ashram, like Sudama Brahman and all. So Radhesham Prabhu mentions this, that with one hand he is holding the hand of Sudama, other hand he is holding the log of wood which he got from the forest. So both things he is doing. One is executing the mission of his guru and having loving relationships with other devotees. So this is what pleases the guru, right? Sometimes we do only one thing. We may be doing mission, but we may not be having loving relationship with devotees. Or sometimes only doing loving relationships with devotees, not doing any service. So both should be done. That pleases Guru and Krishna. So after they didn't come overnight, so Sandipani Muni goes in search of Krishna. So that time he mentions, Aho he putraka yuyam asmadarte dukkita atma vai praninam preshtas tamanaditya matparaha. He's saying, oh my children, you have suffered so much for my sake. The body is most dear to every living creature, but you are so dedicated to me that you completely disregarded your own comfort. So definitely when we render service, there is some discomfort. Like somebody was telling recently, like how we see sadhana as nourishment, service as punishment. Means sadhana we feel very happy, but service, why they give me only, or why I am only chosen, we feel little discomfort, right? So definitely there is some kind of discomfort, because we have to physically and mentally exert ourselves in various services. Sometimes we may like service, so we may do. Sometimes we may not like, so that time there is discomfort. maybe physically or mentally or on the level of false ego also. Somebody whom we don't like is there in that service. Okay, I like service, but I have to do with this fellow. You know? So there is discomfort on the various levels, but still we should be willing to give up that and render service, right? So we see when there is another pastime of Dhaumya Rishi, Aruni, his disciple, was told to protect the fields when there were heavy rains. So he went and tried to stop the floods, but he was not able to stop. So then he lays down his own body against the water overnight, whole night. So then Dhaumya Rishi next day comes with other disciples, and he sees that Aruni is just stopping that flood, from where water is coming by his own body. So Dhaumya Rishi becomes so much pleased. He blesses him. Because not caring for his own body, he is trying to serve his Guru. Like Prabhupada also, in his old age, when he wanted to go to West, so most of the people told Prabhupada that, Prabhupada, you are so old and it is so cold there. You may die out of cold there, or you may not get even vegetarian food. Nobody was encouraging him. So, and Prabhupada also didn't have any facilities there. So, but then Prabhupada said, better I die while executing the orders of my spiritual master. That was his determination. And actually Krishna tested him, right? Because while going itself, he got 2 heart attacks. So generally when somebody gets heart attacks, definitely people will like to come back, right? But Prabhupada didn't come back, right? So that was his determination. And when Prabhupada once went to, I think, San Francisco, so he was just about to start Srimad Bhagavatam class. So he saw around and he said, where is Jayanand Prabhu? Jayanand. So then someone said that he is actually repairing the Jagannath Rath Yatra cart, because there is lot of repair and one day is only remaining, he is busy in that. So, but Prabhupada said, no, you go and call him. I want to see him. So then they go and tell that, no, Prabhupada is calling you. But Jayanand Prabhu tells that if I come, then this cart will not be repaired and we cannot have Rath Yatra. You can tell Prabhupada I am very busy in service. So then when they tell, Prabhupada says, until he comes, I will not start Bhagavatam class. So then finally Jayanand Prabhu comes. And actually by that time Jayanand Prabhu was not sleeping for 2-3 days, because that Rath was not in good condition. So he was day and night working hard. So one devotee was mentioning, another Prabhupada disciple, that when Jayanand Prabhu actually sat, Prabhupada saw him and he was so pleased to see Jayanand Prabhu. So just to see his dear disciple, he was not even willing to start the class. And Jayanand Prabhu was so tired because 2-3 days he didn't sleep only. So when he just sat there in the class, immediately he started sleeping because he was so much tired after some time. So then one devotee, then Prabhupada was saying, so one devotee wanted to actually wake him up because he was sleeping. But Prabhupada indicated, no, don't disturb him. So means that does not mean that he should sleep or no, others should not wake up. But point is that Prabhupada was so pleased that he wanted to see Jayanand Prabhu, right? So generally we see this statement that don't try to see Krishna, try to serve Krishna in such a way he sees you. So similarly, Radhesham was mentioning, don't try to see Guru, but try to serve Guru in such a way that he sees you. So because generally when Guru comes, everybody is running after him. Oh, Guru will see me, glance me, smile at me, embrace me. But Guru may not be interested. But when Guru sees that a disciple is sincerely serving, Guru will say, oh, where is that disciple? I want to see him. I want to meet him. So Radhesham was telling in two incidents that when he mentioned about two particular devotees who were doing lot of service. So his spiritual master, His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj, was telling it, oh, who are they? I never met them. I want to meet them. He was telling that he is very eager to meet those devotees because they were doing sincere service in the mission of Srila Prabhupada. So that should be the mood of a disciple. That he is not just eager to see, but he is eager to serve. Then Guru will be eager to see you. Right? So there are many such incidents. Like Prabhupada also, when he would hear the reports of Ghanshyam Prabhu, His Holiness Bhakti Tirth Swami Maharaj, that how he is distributing Bhagavatam sets, so many Prabhupada books behind the Iron Curtain in those Soviet Union, those days, taking so much risk. So when he would read those letters, he would be so happy and he would say, who is this Ghanshyam? I want to meet him. Who is doing such amazing service. So that is how we should be pleasing the spiritual master. Then we get the blessings of Guru. So he is saying, Etadeva hi sachya kartavyam guru nishkritam yadvai vishuddha bhavena sarvatmarpanam guru. Thus, this indeed is the duty of all true disciples, to repay the debt to their spiritual master by offering him with pure hearts their wealth and even their very lives. So they should be ready to. In Hyderabad only this happened, that Prabhupada was walking with some of his disciples. Suddenly one big car started coming towards Prabhupada with great speed, as if to hit him. So immediately one disciple jumped in front and kept his both hands like this and you can't do anything to Prabhupada. So he was like, standing in front to protect Prabhupada. If at all you want to hit, first you have to hit me only, like that. So that was a surrender. Actually, there is one more pastime in Ramanujacharya's Lila, that once his guru, I think Goshtipurna, he was on a sea beach when it was very hot summer, and Ramanujacharya, he offered his obeisances in the hot sand. So, but generally the etiquette is that until they tell get up, they would not get up. So he was not telling him to get up only. And there were other followers of Ramanujacharya there. So they were seeing that it's hot sun and burning skin. Still he is not telling to get up only. So then one particular disciple of Ramanujacharya immediately fell on the ground, went below Ramanujacharya's body, and he lay down his body so that his body should not get burnt for good amount of time. Then he told, you get up both. Then then Goshtipurna said, actually this person is qualified to cook for you, because he is ready to sacrifice his life in your service. So you make him your cook. So he said, I was testing who is your real follower or disciple. So this particular disciple is ready to sacrifice himself for your service. So you make him your cook. Otherwise, sometimes somebody may mix poison, like that pastime is there of one pujari. So he said, you become the cook. He was testing like that. So Yeah, here it's mentioned, next verse, Tustoham bodvijashreshta satya shantu manoratah chandamsi ayata yamani bhavantah iha paratracha. You boys are the best of the twice born, and I am satisfied with you. May all your desires be fulfilled, and may the Vedic mantras you have learned never lose their meaning for you in this world or the next. So, this is a blessing a disciple will get when you please the spiritual master. So, in this purport, it's mentioned very important thing, that just like cooked food left sitting for 3 hours is called yatayama, indicating it has lost its taste. Similarly, a devotee does not remain, if a devotee does not remain fixed in Krishna consciousness, the transcendental knowledge that once inspired him on the spiritual path will lose its taste or meaning for him. Thus, Sandeepa Muni blesses his disciples that they will never lose their meaning for them, and it will remain ever fresh in their minds. Right? Tad vidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te gnanam gnaninas tattvadarshina. So, Guru is tattvadarshi, so he can reveal that transcendental knowledge to a disciple who is having these qualities. So, and that knowledge will remain fresh in the heart of those who have this attitude, who keep serving Guru continuously with sincerity. So, but if we neglect the instructions of Guru, even though we may read here so much, when the appropriate time comes, we'll forget. Like Karna also learned from Parshuram all the skills, knowledge, but in a cheating way. So then Parshuram cursed him, that although you learnt all this, at the appropriate, at the right time, you will forget all that. So although you learnt everything, it was useless in one sense. Right? So similarly, if you displease Guru, although you may have lot of knowledge, everything, but when Maya attacks and at the right moment, you will be blank, or you will not be able to remember Krishna or take shelter of Krishna's instructions. Right? So this is the key, that we should please Guru, and by pleasing Guru, Divya Gyan Hidaya Prakashito, the transcendental knowledge will be awakened in your heart, by which you can remain fixed in Krishna consciousness and stick to the path properly. So, here Maharaj Gaya is teaching all of us that how we should please the Supreme Lord by performing yajna. Right? So, similarly, we should also try to please the spiritual master or authorities by sincerely following their instructions. So, when we sincerely follow their instructions, definitely Krishna will be pleased. So, today we saw that how yajna is not just the yajna kund, the physical thing, but with your work also you can please the Yajna Purusha Lord Vishnu. And we saw how Lord will be pleased if you do your work for His pleasure, and also Lord is pleased when you develop the devotional qualities we discussed in the 12th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Lord is also pleased when we see the cooperation amongst the devotees, and also how will we know that we are pleasing Lord is by pleasing the spiritual master and his representatives. And actually many times we may not be clear whether we are pleasing Lord. Sometimes we are confused whether we are pleasing Lord, Guru, or our authorities. Actually, as long as we follow their instructions, we are pleasing them. It's very simple. Because for every activity, they have given us instructions. That's why Satsvarup Maharaj mentions that the spiritual master is in his instructions and the follower is with him. So as long as you follow the instructions of the spiritual master, you are with him. If you don't follow, then you are with Maya. So Prabhupada also always mentions that you should render devotional service under the direction of spiritual master. But unfortunately, many times we render devotional service under direction of mind. Yeah. Externally, we are doing the activities of devotional service. Internally, are we following Guru, or we have accepted mind as our Guru? We have to check. Because many times we follow the dictates of our mind. Whatever mind says, yes, this is good. We think that is good for me, and we just act as per the directions of mind. So we have made mind as our Guru. So one devotee was mentioning, जो मन की बात सुनता है वो monkey है. So don't become monkey. So monkey will jump here and there, not stable. So similarly, will not remain stable in devotional service if we follow our mind. So we have to always act as per the dictations of Guru Sadhu Shastra. Then we can for sure know that we are pleasing Lord. That is how we have to evaluate our lives. Whether I am acting as per Guru Sadhu Shastra, whether I am chanting, whether I am doing any devotional service, this is the guideline. So which we should be evaluating. So, and we saw also from 10th canto how Krishna pleased his Guru by having loving relationships and also by rendering dedicated service in the mission of his Guru. That story also Prabhupada tells, no? How a father had several sons and he wanted them to help him in massage, but they are fighting. Then the father is crying. So similarly, Guru is not happy when disciples are fighting. He is displeased. So both loving relationships and service, both are important. That's what we see from this pastime of Krishna and Sudama in the forest. And when we serve Guru, he blesses us with the transcendental knowledge. So this is what we saw today. Thank you very much. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Samveta Gaur Bhakta Vande ki jai, Tai Gaur Premanande Hare. So please pray that I can also sincerely try to follow Guru Sadhu Shastra. Hare Krishna.